Yep. Ladies, fellas, welcome to the NFL Week 13 grind with DFS Rebels. It's your boy Double D. I'm here always with my boy Twitch. It's an 11-game slate this week, so let's get into it. So make sure you join the rebellion. All right. First game up, we got the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are a 3-point favorite. The over/under is 46.5 points. The key injuries to note about for the Bears. We got Darnell Mooney, did not practice, questionable. Allen Robinson, limited practice, questionable. Khalil Mack, limited practice, questionable. And Akeem Hicks, limited practice, questionable. For the Detroit Lions, DeAndre Swift, running back, is out. He's doubtful. Kenny Galladay is also out. And Matthew Stafford, limited practice, questionable. Game time decision.
All right, this is the ugliest game on the slate.
Yeah, I don't know why we chose this for the first game, but hey, it's the first one that popped up.
Yeah,
so
it's supposed to be nice and quick. I think the only guy I like in this entire game is David Montgomery.
Yeah,
because I think his quarterback is trash.
Yeah.
But here's good. Like Chicago, they rush the ball 26% more times when they're the favorites. Detroit is ranked 23rd against the run. They're ranked 31st, allowing a touchdown from the run. So I really do like David Montgomery here. I think he's the solid play for both cash and GPP because he's reasonably priced. As to the rest of the game, I'm really fading this whole game. I don't even like Allen Robinson. The only other one I might like would be Jimmy Graham, who is just the second most targeted one in the end zone. In Detroit, Marvin Jones. With Galladay can keep being out. It's Marvin Jones season.
Marvin Jones?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so not much to talk about in this game. It's going to be probably one of the uglier ones of the slate. Mm-hmm. So starting with the Lions, Matthew Stafford is game time decision. He'll probably give it a go. I'm not gonna have any shares of him this week. And plus, Galladay's out. Marvin Jones is going to probably have a lot of targets this week, so I don't know. Maybe I'll have some shares of Marvin Jones. But besides that, T.J. Hawkinson, maybe.
He's in a good spot. Yeah.
He's in a good spot, so he's probably my favorite play on Detroit. Without DeAndre Swift, I'm not liking that running back situation with the other guys. Kenyon Johnson? Kerryon Johnson and Adrian Peterson. So, so not liking too much on the Lions this week. So, and same thing on the Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky is just not that good of a quarterback at this moment. Maybe down.
He's the truth, and the truth is he sucks.
Yeah. Right now he's not a good quarterback. So no, I have no shares of him this week. David Montgomery has a great matchup, probably the best matchup in this game. So if anything, in cash games, lock in David Montgomery. GPPs also. David Montgomery could eat in this game. So. And then you said something about Jimmy Graham has a lot of targets in the red zone.
He's an end zone threat.
So, and GPP's throwing some Jimmy Graham. But, not a lot liking it. I don't like any of the defenses.
The only thing I really want to say about this game is now that Patricia's gone, the offense might pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, if they're smart, they'll use Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
They'll use Kerryon Johnson. They're going to use them more, and I think they're both in play.
There you go. All right, next game up, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the New York Jets. The Las Vegas Raiders are an 8-point favorite. The over and under is 46.5 points. Key injuries for the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Jacobs is going to be out this game, so that's a big one. Richie Incognito is out, and Jonathan Abraham is out. And for the Jets, LaMichael Pirine is out.
He's out.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. This is... I'm sorry, guys, that the first two games are the ugliest games probably of the week.
We got to start off by saying the Raiders are looking great this year, and then last week they look like your team, the Denver Broncos. Fucking hot garbage. Hot garbage. But going to this game, one of my plays, just like every single week, is Waller.
Waller might be a big...
He has a 26.7% target share. He's the main guy for the red zone. I love Darren Waller. He's all in. Obviously, Booker is going to be a chalkier play for his price and with Jacobs out. But I do got to say that I'm actually going to fade that chalk. That's not chalk I'm liking. But I absolutely love the Raiders defense going against the Jets. How many sacks and interceptions you see coming for Sam Darnold? Too many. Too many. But, so that's me. I like Waller, and I like the defense on the Jets. I'm going to say that...
Frank Gore.
No, I'm saying Denzel Mims with a 30.4% target share. I think Mims, who is going to be going up against Trayvon Mullen, is capable of a touchdown. I also like Prasad Perryman with a 24% target share going up against the rookie Damon Arnett. What do you like?
All right, well, not much, actually, not much. But I do have one of my guaranteed touchdowns is coming through this game. But starting with the Jets, Sam Darnold's going against not a good defense, but hey, they're not the worst defense. I don't know if they're gonna be playing from behind. I don't know, but the Raiders don't have all their pieces. They don't have Josh Jacobs, so I don't know. I might have a share of Sam Darnold.
Just tell me your touchdown of the week. That's what I want to know.
No, I want to talk about I'll say it's not on the Jets. It's not on the Jets. But let me talk about the Jets first. The Jets. So Sam Darnold, maybe a share or two, not many, but a weak defense, pass defense. I like it. Because the receivers for them, Crowder and Perriman, they got weapons.
And Mims, yeah, but they're staying away from Crowder since he's come back from his injury.
Yeah, so Mims and Perriman are probably gonna have a touchdown. That's not my prediction, but it's just that the Raiders defense is just nothing scary. But I do like Frank Gore, and I'm not gonna bullshit you, Frank Gore. If they can somehow get to the line, 5-yard line, Frank Gore's gonna run it in. I guarantee it from the 5-yard line.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, is that your guarantee?
No, but I guarantee Frank Gore is capable. I think he's the lead back. Am I wrong in this game? He's the lead back in this game. So if they get to the 5-yard line, he's getting it in. All right, now for the Raiders. Yes, my guaranteed touchdown of the week is coming for the Raiders.
And who is it?
And it is Henry Ruggs. Oh. I know the rookie hasn't shined all season, and it's not his fault. The Raiders don't really utilize him as much. As you can see, 11.8% timeshare in targets this season on the Raiders. That's not a high number. You said Hunter Renfrow has a 14.8%, and he's right behind him. So I think this is the defense that I see Henry Ruggs can definitely leak through a leaky defense and score a touchdown for sure. So my guaranteed touchdown of the week comes from Henry Ruggs, and that's the only guy I really like on the Raiders. Honestly, no Josh Jacobs. I'm not touching that running game, and I'm not gonna be high on Derek Carr. But Henry Ruggs, guaranteed touchdown. Next game up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are a 10.5 favorite. The over and under is 46.5 points. What was the injuries?
There was not really anything really much to talk about.
Okay, yeah, nothing for the Bengals. For the Dolphins, DeAndre Washington, limited practice, questionable. Tua is doubtful now, so he's out, and Matt Breida, COVID, is out.
Yeah, there's a couple of running backs, but the good news is,
Myles Gaskin is back.
Yes, he got activated today, which means that is going to be my favorite stack, which is the Dolphins defense and Gaskin. That would be my favorite stack.
Yep, Brandon Allen is the quarterback again for the Cincinnati Bengals because Burrow is out for the season.
Yeah,
that's terrible, man. Joe Burrow out for the season. I feel bad for the guy. I don't know. So this is there's another game that I'm not really high on.
I am actually high on the Dolphins this game.
Are you? Okay. All right. So you start off. What are you liking here?
I love Gaskin, like I said.
Okay, Myles Gaskin is back. So do you think he's going to get his normal workload?
Yes, absolutely. I think him and the Dolphins stack is the defense is going to be my favorite play. I also do love Devontae Parker, who leads the Dolphins in air yards, target shares, and touchdowns.
I do like Devontae Parker.
Yep.
Okay.
And since Allen Robinson's a little more expensive than him, a little chalkier, he is the perfect pivot.
Okay.
So, just like I said last week, Derrick Henry was the perfect pivot off of Cook. Same thing with this.
You did say that. You're very right.
It is going to be Fitzpatrick again, while Tua is still doubtful.
Okay.
And I'm looking across the field at someone like A.J. Green going against Byron Jones and T. Higgins going against Xavier Howard, and that puts me off that entire offense right there, especially with Brandon Allen being the quarterback. So, fade the Bengals for me.
Yeah. So for me, the Bengals, I'm fading them as well. I did like Tyler Boyd this year, but with Joe Burrow not being the quarterback, that puts a damper on his fantasy output for the rest of the season. So yeah, I'm gonna be off Tyler Boyd even in fantasy in season long leagues. I'm off Tyler Boyd for here on out. Off AJ Green, T Higgins. They're all good receivers. I mean, AJ Green not so much. He's just having a down year. He's just getting older and probably doesn't want to play for the Cincinnati Bengals anymore. But besides that, T Higgins is looking like a good rookie for the Bengals. So next year when when they get back healthy. That's another story. But yeah, for this game, I don't know. I'm not on the Bengals this week. The running game, Joe Mixon's out. Giovanni Bernard, maybe he has some shares, but he's probably going to be high owned this week. Maybe he's probably going to be cheap and high owned. But yeah, so that's it for the Bengals. And for the Dolphins, definitely the defense. I definitely like their defense. They're probably going to be chalk, but that's okay. This is one of the defenses I will be targeting because Brandon Allen's not that good of a quarterback because I remember him last year with the Denver Broncos. But yeah, for the Dolphins, Myles Gaskins, you might have talked me onto him, Rob. If he gets his normal workload, he was getting like 15 carries a game, sorry. So if he gets back to that, and again his normal 3 or 4 carries, 3 or 4 catches out the backfield, yeah, I like him. Yeah, they were the Dolphins are like a 10-point favorite, 10.5 favorite. So normally they're gonna be relying on the run.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fade Fitzpatrick if they're gonna be up that much.
Yeah,
I usually fade quarterbacks where they're out.
Yeah, so Myles Gaskins is actually probably talked me onto it, Rob. Myles Gaskins is looking good, and probably him and Devontae Parker are the only guys I'm gonna target this week. I'm gonna fade the tight end, Jerseski.
Yeah.
The other receivers, I'm not going to be targeting Jakeem Grant. None of those guys. So I like Myles Gaskins and Devontae Parker in the defense as well for the Miami Dolphins. Next game up, we got the LA Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. The LA Rams are a 3-point favorite. The over and under is 48.5 points. Injuries, not many. Larry Fitzgerald does have COVID. He's going to be out in this game. And then Andre Wentworth for the Rams off tackle is out. So, Rob, what's going on with this game, man? What are you liking here?
Well, with Kyler Murray still a bit of a little banged up. He's not running the ball as much. So Drake has been running the ball more. So I like that. But the Rams are pretty decent against the rush. I believe they are fourth against the rush. So not totally on that. Jalen Ramsey is going against Hopkins. Not that Ramsey is the best, but he's 2 top 5, and Hopkins is matchup proof. So you really just have to decide if you want to pay that premium for Hopkins going against a top 5 defender. Then of course, like last week, I did say Isabella was a good play with Fitz out. So of course he's a good play again. So I'm not totally honest until they're not really like dynamite like they were, but maybe this is the game. Kyler Murray steps back in and starts killing it. So I think you should be on him because if Kyler Murray wants to get back to that form, their low-owned players are gonna fucking kill it. Across the field, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are both in play. I don't care that Woods is going to see Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson has not been what he was, so he's very beatable. Byron Murphy plays in the slot a lot. About 50% of the time, so he's probably going to see Kupp a lot. That's also an easy matchup, I believe. Cam Akers has finally taken over a little bit. Now that I'm saying that, he's probably going to go back down like 1 carry a game. I've been waiting all year for this. So we'll see what happens. I do like Cam Akers.
Yeah? You like Cam Akers this week?
Not this week. I just like him in general.
Yeah, okay.
And Jared Goff is kind of interesting against this Cardinals defense that is not the best. They're the 13th against the pass. So Jared Goff could be interesting. It's kind of like Russian roulette with Jared Goff.
Yeah.
You either get shot in the head or you
I don't know if I'm going to be having any shares of Goff, but this game is interesting. The Rams and the Cardinals. Kyle Murray, you can tell he's hurt. He's not running a lot. So he's been taking a backseat in the running department. So not going to have much of a Kyle Murray this week. DeAndre Hopkins is on Jalen Ramsey, like you said. Don't know if that scares me, but don't know if I am going to go out my way to play him. I guess Kenyon Drake's been getting a lot of more carries since Kyle Murray hasn't been running as much. So Kenyon Drake is a sneaky play for touchdown-dependent leagues. Yeah, not much to talk about on the Cardinals side besides, their offense runs to Kyle Murray and DeAndre Hopkins and, whoever, besides those two, Christian Kirk, I guess you can have some shares of if if you think Jalen Ramsey is going to shut down DeAndre Hopkins, but not many people could do that, so I don't think that's going to happen. So for the Rams though, Jared Goff, not so much. Don't like him in this game as much. Though I do like other guys. I do like Robert. What was Robert Woods? He's going against what's his name?
Pat Peterson.
Oh, he's the one going against Patrick.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like that's Peterson's not what he was, so I do like that matchup a lot.
Yeah, so that's not scaring me away. I'm sorry. So it doesn't matter. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, it don't matter. I even like Josh Reynolds too.
They do have this game as a 48 over under. Mm-hmm. For GPP purposes, I'm going to say this is a high scoring game. I think Kyler Murray comes back to form. I think it'll be passing the crap out of this ball. I actually love this game for GPPs on DK and FanDuel.
Okay, I like it too. Next game up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are 8.5-point favorite, and the over and under is 48.5 points. Injuries, not many in this one as well. Zadarius Smith did not practice, is out for the Packers, linebacker for the Packers. And then Darius Slay, limited practice, questionable, game time decision. So that's good. That's a key one to look out for too.
Listen, Wentz looked so bad last game. I'm pretty sure his character in Madden retired. It fucking looked awful. Oh my God. Green Bay defense is a solid play this week.
Okay.
Absolutely solid. You can expect interception. Wentz has thrown an interception every game.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Keep telling us more.
Well, Ertz is back.
Zach Ertz is back. Yes.
I mean, Goddard is the guy. He's the future of this team.
They still go double tight ends though.
Yeah, but I like Ertz just because his price is cheaper.
Okay.
It's just sneaky. Because Goddard's the guy, but Ertz could get a sneaky.
Sneaky.
Travis Fulgham kind of faded away like I predicted when I said Rager and Alshon Jeffrey would come back. They were going to stop using Fulgham. Even though I predicted it, I still thought it was a stupid idea since Fulgham's really good and he has great connection with Wentz. But, who am I? But I believe Rager is going to see a lot of Alexander. So that puts me completely off of Rager, even though I like him a lot. So maybe Fulgham will have a good game this week. That's it. I don't like anything except for maybe possible Fulgham on
Miles Sanders.
Nope. You can have him.
Okay.
So across the field, Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, they both get very equal share. Aaron Jones gets a little bit more. Obviously, they're both in play. You have to have Devontae Adams. He leads the team in almost like a 44% share and everything. He's just the guy. Robert Tonyan is a great play. So I think, I'm really high on the Packers. I do love Aaron Rodgers this week. The Green Bay offense is 6th in passing. They're 10th in the rush. They're number 1 in points per game with a 31.7 average. And they also are 4th in converting the third down. What do you think?
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles are still in the run. They're running for the division, so I think they're still gonna play competitive. So I think they're gonna play competitive in this game, and it's gonna be closer than people think. I think Wentz is gonna have an all right game, not the best game, but he's gonna make this game competitive. So
how many interceptions is he gonna throw?
He's gonna throw 2.
Okay.
But where I'm going with this is that I think Miles Sanders is gonna have a better game than last week. They need to give him more carry. They need to get him more involved in the pass game. They need to throw him more screen passes. They just need to get him more involved. So on the Eagles, I do like Wentz and GPPs. And you pair him up with Fulgham, like you just said. You just had a good point, Fulgham. They just faded him out for a little while, but then they had Jalen Reagor is going to be good one of these days. But I don't know if this is the game to play him. Alshon Jeffrey's done. I'm not playing him. And then you got the tight end Zach Ertz and Goddard, and I do like Goddard this week. He's gonna be chalk probably, but Zach Ertz is back, so that's gonna probably cut into his targets. But yeah, besides that, I do like Miles Sanders. I think it's gonna be a competitive game. And then on the Packers, of course, you have to have Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. They're locks every week. They're just one of the deadliest threats, quarterback, wide receivers threats in the league right now. So always got to play them. But other people are going to play him as well, so they're not going to be GPP plays. I mean, once in a while they will be in the winning lineups, but besides that, I don't know much about Aaron Jones and do you like any Aaron Jones or Jamal Williams? Any of these guys?
Like I said, they have equal shares, so I do like both.
Okay, so
and I just looked up. Goddard isn't going to be that chalky. I have him at like 5% ownership.
5%? Okay, then I like him a little bit more now. So if that comes true and it's closest and it stays close around 5%, I will have more shares of Dallas Goedert as well. But hey, Packers defense is also in play.
Solid play.
Yeah, I know. I said I think the game's gonna be competitive, but Wentz is gonna throw interceptions. We all know that. All right, the New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons. The New Orleans Saints are a 3-point favorite, and the over and under is 45.5 points. Injuries to note about. For the Saints, the Janoris Jenkins is out and Drew Brees is out. And then for Atlanta, Julio Jones, limited practice, questionable game time decision. And Todd Gurley, limited practice, questionable. So, so this game I'm not really too high on.
You're high on a lot of games.
No, there's some games coming up that I'm going to be talking about. But this game, not so much. Starting with the New Orleans Saints. Taysom Hill looks good. Running, throwing. The Falcons' defense has been playing better though, and I think they're gonna make it quite competitive. I mean, they last week they took care of the Raiders pretty good. So I don't know. So I don't know if that transitions to this week. This is a whole new week. We can't go through recency bias a lot these days. But Kamara's value's been taking a hit lately with Taysom Hill and with Drew Brees out and that peppering him in the flats like he's been doing all season. Has been hurting him. But so in GPPs, Kamara's looking pretty juicy. He's probably gonna be under 10% owned. Michael Thomas, I feel like his stats has been hindering a lot too lately. They're not really passing the ball a lot.
No, are you kidding me? He's the number one target.
I mean, yes, but his stats hasn't been really.
Well, since he's come back, remember he was out. Since he's been with Hill, he has a 75.9% in air yards, and he's been targeted 48.7% of the time. So that is Hill's safety blanket.
Okay,
Michael Thomas is fully in play.
Okay, so you can play some Michael Thomas. Jared Cook, Emmanuel Sanders, these other guys, I'm not having no shares in those guys. But Saints defense though, they've been playing really, really great lately.
Saints defense has been scoring double-digit points in 4 straight weeks.
Yeah, Falcons have been playing good since they fired Dan Quinn. But Saints is for real, and even without Drew Brees, they're playing really, really good, and their defense is really good.
Their defense is first in stopping yards per game. They're 5th against the pass. They're 2nd against the rush.
Yeah, 5th in points per game. So yeah, their defense is legit. And Matt Ryan does like to force the ball sometimes. Julio Jones may give it a go. He may not. I don't know. For Atlanta, not liking a lot of guys. I'm gonna be off Matt Ryan. I'm gonna be off. I won't be off Ridley. Ridley is in play. These other guys though, Russell Gage. I'm not on these guys. What about you, Rob?
I'm off Falcons completely. I love the Saints defense. I do like Kamara at his lower ownership, just because we saw Latavius Murray go off last week. So it's not like Taysom Hill has taken all the rushing work, even though he's taken some. But since you saw Murray last week, there's no reason why Kamara can't have this week. So that's a fantastic GPP play.
Okay. Right, next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. The Colts are a 3-point favorite. The over and under is 51 points.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, so injuries. Will Fuller is suspended now.
So's your boy.
Yeah, Bradley Roby is also suspended. Both guys are out, and those are 2 big injuries for the Texans. And then Randall Cobb is also out for the Texans. And then Paris Campbell is out for the Colts. So... All right, so this is a big game.
Some other interesting news, they released Kenny Stills and David Johnson's back.
Yeah.
None of that matters.
Yeah. Going with this game, Houston Texans are hurt now. Yeah, no Will Fuller. Their defense hasn't been good all season, so they lose probably one of their best corners, Bradley Roby. Yeah. It's not looking good for them. Ever since they traded away DeAndre Hopkins, this organization has just been going downhill.
What I do like is the Houston are 3rd in passing. So without Fuller, you would obviously think Cooks would be the play, but he's going up against Xavier Rhodes, and Xavier Rhodes is like top 10 defenders this year.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
People are going to pivot over to Kiki Kute, which is good.
Kiki.
But I'm actually on the GPP play of Isaiah Coulter. So I think he's going to go up against Rocky Sin, who's pretty awful. So I actually really like Isaiah Coulter for GPP purposes. He's going to be like under 1%. I'm staying away from those tight ends. Too many of them. Across the field, Philip Rivers has been looking a little better, huh?
Yeah, he's looking good. He did look like he was hobbling a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking good. I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. My absolute favorite play of this whole slate is Michael Pittman going against Hargreaves.
Okay, wow.
If you want to make money, target against Hargreaves every week. That's my recommendation, especially in cash.
Especially in cash?
I love it.
All right, I like Michael Pittman as well. But you saying that this guy is trash and target him every week, I like him even more.
Yeah, boom. He is absolutely in.
Vernon Hargreaves. Remember that, guys.
So, I think Jonathan Taylor's back. And I believe DeForest Buckner's back, which is going to help out the run game a little bit.
Okay,
so
yes.
If you do want to look at people
that helps tremendously.
If you want to look at people like Jonathan Taylor and Himes, they should be a little better this week because of that. But Michael Pittman is my number one play. What's your thoughts?
Not much on the Houston side. I'm going to fade Deshaun Watson. Without Fuller, I mean, Brandon Cooks is probably going to have a good game. He's going to be chalky. Do I want to go with it? Maybe, yes.
Not against Xavier Rhodes.
No, but yeah, Xavier Rhodes has been playing really good football this year. So, yeah, I'm fading that. I'm fading really the Texans in general. David Johnson's back. He doesn't look like the old David Johnson. He looks slower, so I'm fading that. Duke Johnson's back to his third down duties. Fading that. Fading all the tight ends, Atkins and the other dude for the Texans. Fading those guys. But yeah, I'm not really liking the Texans this week, so I'm fading. I'm really fading the Texans. Colts, I do like Michael Pittman. Good call on that. He's going against one of the worst cornerbacks in the league, so I'm targeting that all day. It's just hard to predict Colts touchdowns. It could come from any of their tight ends, any of their running backs. Just never know. So, but I do like Michael Pittman. It's my favorite play. And on this slate, I'm not on this slate on this game.
But so, I think with that score, was it 51? You said over under?
Yeah, I mean they predict a lot of points. I just don't know.
I think this is an absolute game. If it's going to be that,
I think I'm going under.
Under?
Yeah, I'm going under in this one.
I think I'm going to go over, and I love this game.
Yeah, do you? Yep. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Next game up, we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are 5.5-point favorites, and the over and under is 53 points.
Woo-hoo.
Yep. And then injury report for Cleveland, Denzel Ward is out, and for Tennessee, Dory Jackson, Jonnu Smith, and Clavion Clowney is out.
All right.
So you start us off. I know you've been talking about this game for.
Yeah, this is my favorite game of slate. It's probably a lot of people's with that much of an over under. So Cleveland is second in the run, and only 4 teams run the ball more than they do. So with that being said, Hunt and Chubb, especially Chubb, are in my player pool at high exposure.
Okay.
I absolutely love both of them. Jarvis Landry, they finally started using him, so you know what? If they're going to continue doing what they did, I'm all over Jarvis Landry because he has a 32.6% target share. Only Devontae Adams is the only other one that has over 30% target share. So,
okay.
Jarvis Landry.
Great stats there, Rob. Great stats.
He's in.
Bringing the fire.
I do like Rashad Higgins as well this week because this is going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be passing. There's going to be running. It's going to be I think this is going to be a fantastic game. Across the field, Tannehill has been a solid fantasy producer the last couple weeks. He has been slipping a little bit because you know what it is? It's Christmas time. And do you know what that means? It's Derrick Henry season. Just like last year when December hit, Derrick Henry took over the entire offense. And if you couldn't tell from last week, it's happening again.
3 touchdowns.
Derrick Henry back in the player pool, especially for cash. Absolute cash play. But I still like Ryan Tannehill since I said this is going to be one of the highest scoring games. I think Tannehill is going to continue to pass the rock. Especially with his big ass receivers and A.J. Brown and Corey Davis, especially with Denzel Ward not playing. And that opens up the field for them so much better. And then how can you not play Anthony Ferguson, who's looked good while Julius Smith has been there?
Yeah.
With Juno Smith out,
Sneaky play.
he is in.
Very sneaky.
Rookstra is just in. I'm sure his ownership's going to go up a little bit. I'll post that into the group when I get the exact ownership. But he is my favorite play. Your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a big game. Cleveland Browns and Tennessee Titans. First up, Tennessee Titans. Hunter Henry. Derrick Henry is gonna probably have another big game. Am I gonna be on it? Yes, I am. I like that a lot. Tannehill. I want to say yeah, but yeah, he pretty much has to go like 15 for 20 for 3 touchdowns. So I don't know. I mean, but so it's either choose Derrick Henry or
yeah. But
I
have so many other good little GPP plays that I can afford him. Like I said earlier, with the guy from Houston, and then if I play Ferguson, it's all cheap. You can get up to him.
Yeah. So so that's. I mean, AJ Brown and Corey Davis been looking good this year for sure. Since Juno Smith, yeah, I like these plays. So. But I'm not high on Tennessee. I do like Cleveland. I do like Chubb. Chubb is one of my lock-ins guys this week. I definitely like some Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, when he does play and he's healthy, he's been getting all his carries and he's been eating.
So right now I have Anthony Ferguson at over 25%, but I'll eat that at his price.
Oh wow, he's that high right now. He's looking around that price. Okay, so I mean, I will still do it for that price.
Yeah, 2,500 on DK, 4,600 on FanDuel. I'm all over him.
Yeah, so. Yeah, so then for Cleveland, I love Nick Chubb. I love Nick Chubb. And then I like 70-30 Nick Chubb to Kareem Hunt. I do like Kareem Hunt too as well later on. Because he's definitely going to get some catches out the backfield because Derrick Henry doesn't get as many catches as Kareem Hunt, but they use them both quite well.
You mean Chubb.
What did I say?
You said Derrick Henry.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Sorry.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. But yeah. So going back to Cleveland, they like to run the ball this year. So since OBJ's out, they're going with the 1-2 punch, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. So I like them. I like them a lot. I like the running game for Cleveland. That's all I gotta say, really.
All right.
We got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are a 10-point favorite. The over and under is 51 points. Injuries to note about Jacksonville Jaguars. Sidney Jones is out. Chris Cooley, limited practice, questionable. And C.J. Henderson is out. And for the Vikings, Alexander Madison is out. And Irv Smith is out. Right. So this is a very, very... I think this is a very sneaky game, I think.
I love this game. I don't think it's going to be that like the 10-point favorites. I think it's going to be closer.
Glennon did show a little, Glennon showed a little bit last week.
I'm not falling into that trap.
No, I'm not, but he showed a little bit where the Vikings defense has been up and down this season, mostly down than up. So I think Glennon can do enough to pull off keep the game competitive, let's just say, keep it competitive. So what I like in this game is James Robinson. James Robinson's been doing really well this season, and if this game can stay close, which I think it will, they will use the running game. The Jaguars, they won't pass all the time. So I think James Robinson's in play. Receivers to pick through on the Jaguars, DJ Chalk. I like him. I like him. What do you like in the Jaguars receivers?
Receivers, Chalk and Conley. For sure.
Conley?
Yep.
Okay. Lavesca Chenault is playing, right? He's
very interesting.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't know what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, they still got Keenan Cole. They got a lot of receivers. The Jaguars they have a decent team. It's just they need a quarterback, and they're 1-10. I think they're 1-10 this season. They won the. You know, it's funny. They won the first game and they lost the last 10.
They need Minnesota.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they're fighting the Jets for Robert Lawrence. Looks like. Trevor Lawrence.
Who's the fucking guy?
Robert Lawrence.
You and your names.
Yes, I'm having
one of those days.
Yeah, I'm one of those days. I'm messing up names.
So
you take over, Rob. Who you liking?
I'm all over the running game. Both Dalvin Cook and James Robinson. They're both top 5 running backs this year. And you can very much pair them. And I know a lot of people say don't use running back against running back, but if you look at last week, I'm pretty sure the guy who took down the GPP on FanDuel had. Was James Robinson? Who did he go up against last week? Cleveland? He ran it back with like Chubb. He had the 2 running backs go against each other, and he won. So you can very much do this. So I'm going to have some of James Robinson and Cook in the same line. I don't see why not. It works. It's going to be a low-owned stack. So I'm all over that, especially since Minnesota is 19th against the rush, and Jacksonville is 29th against the rush. So sign me up. And
Sign me up.
I was on Kyle Rudolph last week. I am not this week. Thielen's back, and that means I like Thielen and Jefferson. Since I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, I think both of them get into the end zone.
Okay, I like that call. I like that call.
And if you're paying attention, that means I like Kirk Cousins.
Do you like Kirk Cousins?
Absolutely this week.
Well, you're gonna have to if you like the other two receivers.
That's right.
All right. Well, that's a good pairing right there. That's a good stack right there. Yeah. Very sneaky. This is gonna be a very sneaky stacking game stack right here.
Yeah.
You pick two guys from the Vikings running back, one guy from the Jaguars, or you pick two guys from the Jaguars running back with the Vikings.
There's been 3 weeks, week 4, week 10, week 11, where Thielen and Justin Jefferson both had double-digit fantasy points. So I think this is week 4, the next week 4.
All right, we got the New York Giants versus Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are 11-point favorites. The over and under is 47 points. Injury news. Daniel Jones is out for the Giants, and for the Seahawks, Trey Flowers is out. Carlos Hyde is limited practice, questionable, and Carlos Dunlap did not practice, questionable. So he's looking more doubtful than, questionable.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so, all right, well, Daniel Jones not being the quarterback for the Giants does damper my expectations for the Giants.
Okay.
I'm not high on the New York Giants with was it Colt McCoy?
Colt McCoy.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't know. I know the Seahawks do have the worst defense against the pass this season so far.
Yep.
But I'm not biting. Colt McCoy is not that good of a quarterback. He's a backup for a reason. But that doesn't say he can put up a couple touchdowns against the defense. I don't know. What do you think?
I think he is going to be the Glennon this week.
Yeah.
Glennon surprised everyone last week.
Uh-huh.
I think McCoy, going up against the worst pass defense in the league, with 933 attempts, he has a 60.7 completion rate.
Okay.
And a 29 to 27 touchdown interception ratio. I think if you're going after the big money, there is no reason not to have 1 or 2 lineups with Colt McCoy. You know what? It's juicy for me, baby. So then you just have to figure out who you want to pair him with. If you even want to pair him with anybody, you could just put him naked and find your receivers and stuff elsewhere. Yeah, but of course, obviously across the field, Russell Wilson hasn't been having as good of a season the last couple of weeks from his explosions the first half of the season. My favorite play actually right now is Chris Carson, 100%. Pete Carroll did come out and say he is going to get more work this week, and Chris Carson is my perfect pivot off of Jonathan Taylor. And then you just, choose your poison at Lockett and Metcalf. They're both really good. I think they're both going to be solid plays this time, especially Metcalf, because Metcalf is just like Michael Jordan. If you say something stupid, he's going to absolutely ruin you. And Bradbury was the dumbass and came out and said something about Metcalf, so I think this is going to be a really, really bad day for Bradbury. What's your thoughts?
I like the Seahawks. I like Russell Wilson having a bounce back game. Though the Giants defense is good. Not good. I mean, they're decent. So don't count I'm not expecting a blowout, even with Colt McCoy. Seahawks will win the game. What's the spread again? 11. I think I don't know what side I'm going to be on that one, but on the fantasy side, I do like Russell Wilson, and DK Metcalf. You can't go wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. I'm going to have more 70-30 DK Metcalf to Tyler Lockett.
Metcalf's now leading the league in yards.
So that's what I'm liking. I already told you I like on the Giants. I'm not liking Colt McCoy. If they're falling behind, you're probably gonna have to choose a receiver. I like Sterling Shepard. He's been producing pretty good lately since coming back from his injury earlier this season.
Yep.
So I like Sterling Shepard, but Evan Ingram's been picking up lately. But it's just like I said, Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy is an absolute GPP play because a lot of people are going to be on the Seahawks defense. So please don't have too much exposure to him. But he could, he could see it. He could win you money this week.
All right. We got the last game of the slate. We got the New England Patriots and the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers is a 2-point favorite. The over and under is 47 points. And for the injuries to note about, I lost the injuries. Where did I put the injuries?
I don't think there was anything too significant. I know Cam Newton was limited in practice.
Right here. Sorry. Burkhead, Edelman, and Cam Newton. Well, Burkhead and Edelman are out, and Cam Newton is limited, but it looks like he's going to give it a go.
Yep.
And then for the LA Chargers, Casey Hayward is limited practice, questionable. He's a game time decision. All right, sorry about that. All right, last game of slate. This game should be pretty good. Should be some offense scored in this one. Do you have a favorite option?
What's the over under?
The over and under is 47. It says 47.
I can see this going over.
Okay.
You got some monsters. You got Austin Eckler, who got 16 targets last
His
week.
first game back. That was impressive. I didn't expect that first game back.
So not talking about his 25 carries. I'm talking about his 16 targets. And Keenan Allen with 10 targets. Like, how can you avoid these guys?
No, you can't.
Keenan Allen sees like 50% of the slot. So he is going to see Stephon Gilmore about 50% of the time. Not that scares me.
No.
I'm just letting you know. Like,
not guys like Keenan Allen.
Yeah. So, Eckler is 100% in play. Keenan Allen is 100% in the play, which makes Justin Herbert 100% in play. You have Hunter Henry, who scored double-digit PPR points like the last 3 weeks. So, he could be in play as well.
Mm-hmm.
Across the field, I might actually play some Cam Newton this week. I haven't really done that in a while. He's definitely in play.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that. No. Cam Newton's a good play.
Yeah, and I absolutely love pairing up with Jacoby Myers this week.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
If Haywood is out, I love Jacoby Myers.
Okay.
That's 100%. As it comes
Damian Bird?
Yeah, I like him.
No, Demir. Sorry, Demir.
So when you're looking at the running game, Sonny Michel only had 1 snap last week. That's not going to happen again. He's going to get more snaps this week. You can never know what they're going to do. You really never know.
No,
what they're going to do.
Belichick is just drunk.
So yeah, I don't really know what to do. I do like Cam Newton. I like Cam Newton, and if Haywood's out, I like Jacoby Myers. But that's it. And then, like I just told you, everybody on Chargers for me is in play because I think this will be a great matchup. Belichick. I want to see what Herbert can do against Belichick. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I like Herbert, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. That's about it on the Chargers. That's where the offense goes. That's where the offense rolls.
That's very easy. That's where it goes.
Yeah,
That's
so it's easy. It's easy to play the Chargers. You play those 3 guys right there. You can't go wrong. Sometimes guys like Guyton might score a sneaky long touchdown, but I'm not gonna bank it on this one.
Yeah.
But on the other side, the New England side, Cam Newton is a good option, and Jacoby Myers. Yeah. I do like Demir Bird as well. Some people are probably going to hop on Myers because he's a little bit more popular. Demir Bird is a good pivot off of him. Yep. And sorry about that. I'm getting a little excited. So, it's almost Sunday. Almost the last game of the slate. But that's about it. I mean, the Patriots. James White got 2 touchdowns last week. I'm not gonna hop back on that.
I think what you need to know about this game is Chargers is the 2nd in the passing attack. New England is 5th in the running attack. And then their defenses are just mediocre across the board. So like they don't have elite defenses. They're just good. They're just good.
Yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
That about does it right now. Just like I say every single week, make sure you keep on those cash games to keep that bankroll green. I'm telling you, that's how we keep it green. I haven't been in a negative for my bankroll in years since I started playing more cash games. Thanks to Dave here getting me into that. But yeah, can everyone just do me a favor? Can you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and as I tell you every week, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mom, your dad, your sisters, brothers, grandmothers, tell your pets. Your pets need to know about this shit. This is a takeover, baby. It's time to join the rebellion.
Yes, sir.